Such a spinny serve. The reverse pendulum of Fan Zhendong. He's got a strapped wrist, but obviously it's not hindering him too much here. Hasn't dropped a game yet this event. FRANZISKA was taken very close in the round of 64 to World Championship quarter-finalist Anders Lindt. He won 13-11 in the 7th before beating the salsa stepper Robles in 3 straight. Ironically, Fan Zhendong had more issues against Nicholas Burgos than he did against An Jae-hyun of Korea in the last round. This draw is shaping up very nicely indeed, with the winner of this one facing the winner of Dang Cho, who's up against the thrill from Brazil, Hugo Calderano. Nice flick. Stays on top of the ball here. What a backhand from Fan, though. Played a pretty good point there, FRANZISKA. Got punished for something that he didn't even do wrong. A sweet spot of the Fan Zhendong backhand is something to behold. I'm not saying something because FRANZISKA's got a very good backhand as well, one of the best in the world. Shows it there with the flick. Fan ahead here. The first tiebreak of the match. And Zhendong has a 94% win rate against European players, only ever lost to 6. What a forehand. I mean, that just took the wind out of everybody's sails in the Infinity Arena, didn't it? Cracked it. Taste of Chinatown there, FRANZISKA. And it was a bitter taste in his mouth. It wasn't long ago that these two actually played each other. It's the champions Incheon. Bit of a deja vu for them both here. Fan wouldn't just love to win this, but he'd love probably to face Calderano and get his revenge. Lost him in the semi-final in Korea. Keeping his chin up, the big German. Doesn't want to give Fan Zhendong any more confidence than he already has. Just expelling every single bit of potential energy there, Fan Zhendong. FRANZISKA fired some gorgeous backhands. Fan is looking rock solid so far. 6 of the last 8 for the Chinese. That's a 32% win rate, FRANZISKA, against Chinese players. Pretty good going. That's way above average. Beaten a Chinese player 12 times, including Fan once at the Australian Open, as we mentioned before. Wasn't even in the best position there, Fan Zhendong, and still plays the line for a winner. I'll tell you what, FRANZISKA would do a good job to beat him today. From what we've seen of Fan Zhendong so far, he had no right to make a winner from their Fan after the guide flick of FRANZISKA. Flicks right through the fingers. And the second seed here, Fan Zhendong, wins the first game 11-4 against Patrick Franziska. Has shown some vulnerability, Fan Zhendong. Losing to Alexis Lebrun nearly twice. A few other players have managed to do brilliantly against him, but now that the announcement's been made, now that we're edging closer towards the Olympics, will this inspire him to really take it up a notch, enter a new gear? He has been the joint best player in the last 10 years, Fan Zhendong. Could have already quite easily levelled Ma Long's record of world titles. He's won 2. Still has, you'd imagine, a few years left in his career. 12 of the last 16 for him. 13 of the last 17. He is looking very good, and this regimental applause of Wang Hao adds to the intimidation factor, doesn't it? You're up against 2 masterminds when you're facing against the Chinese, coach included. 3-time Olympic finalist there. One of the Penhold Hall of Famers in the world of table tennis, Wang Hao. World champion as well in Yokohama. Back edge for Fan Zhendong. Last thing that he needed, but still a good reaction. Oh, tried to swipe at it. Did well, Franziska, to improvise, because that push of Fan into the middle was so surprising, so quick, but just dinks it into the temptation area. Not an easy ball to put away for Fan. He's quite critical on himself, though, there. Oh, survives the bombardment. Franziska was forced into the backhand corner further away. So much topspin on Fan Zhendong's reverse pendulum. That angle is actually one of the best to tell what he's going to do there. Franziska didn't read it as well as he would have hoped, but again, with a decent block, gets the extra one back that Fan maybe wasn't fully prepared for. They'll keep at least the 2-point cushion here, Fan Zhendong. Last event that he won was the star contender Ljubljana. Has been quite a while for Fan Zhendong. It's the round of 16 of Frankfurt, losing to Yi Sang-soo. Lost in the final to Wang Chuqin 4-0 at the finals men. Quarter-final of the star contender Doha. Round of 32 at the Singapore Smash, as we said, losing to Lin Chudong, and then Calderano beating him for the second time in Incheon. So this would be a very nice event to win. Chipping away from mid-distance, Fan Zhendong there. Blow by blow. Took down Franziska. It was a nice receive from the German. But because Fan Zhendong is going to pin him in the crossover, which is often the bane of a tall player's existence, Fan Zhendong, should say, Patrick Franziska has to play the backhand from the middle to save time. Well, I was just going to say a forehand takes longer to recover from, but nothing on this planet was going to get that back. Look at the bend on it from Fan. Tell you what, for a thick-set guy, he is so flexible. This is awesome from Fan Zhendong here. 6 game points. Won the first 11-4 as well, don't forget. And he's on the brink of doing the same. And that is exactly what he's done. A complete repeat here of game number 1. Fan Zhendong has just pulled the rug beneath the big German. This is exactly what he needed to do here, Fan Zhendong. Still, here at the Saudi Smash, has not dropped a single game. You wonder what Wang Hao's got to say after such a complete performance, but we'll see what happens here in the third game. So we take a look here at the men's top 8 seeds. Only 4 left. Wang Chuqin and Fan Zhendong, the 2 that will be playing for China in the singles. Felix Lebrun justifying being here, the highest ranked non-Chinese player. And the thrill from Brazil there as 8th seed. Here are 2 of the big daddies of the Chinese team, Qin Zhizhen, Liu Guoliang, courtside here. Watching Fan Zhendong, keeping a very, very watchful eye, or pair of eyes. It was interesting at the World seeing Liu Guoliang giving the players a talking to just before their big matches when they were losing. When I say they, I mean both the men and women's team against the Korean men and Japanese women respectively. They were taken all the way in Busan. So there was an inquest made by the China High Council. And after a slow start here, the big guns are now firing away.
Come on.
Nice flick from the forehand there. A corker from Franziska. Oh, such a hard backhand. It was amazing it came back. I think Franziska's kind of acknowledged that anything could. It's monstrous.
1-3.
Seems to be in full flow so far here, Franziska.
Led.
No fair for him here. Fan Zhendong does sometimes seem a little bit more vulnerable at the earlier rounds. If he gets through to, say, the quarter semis, you fancy him then, but has been taken out by the likes of Cho Dae-sung in recent times. FRANZISKA, well, he hasn't made a final in a while. WTT contender Tunis lost in the last two there. He's been kind of getting to the round of 32 very, very often. For a player who has been as high as 11 in the world, indicates a slight dip. He's looking to get back up to where he was, and he's going to have to beat Fan Zhendong again here to do it. It's a touch of the tape here. Just dies off in front of Fan, and FRANZISKA looking good. Looking really good here. Just a delicate serve, isn't it? It's just a complete contrast to every other shot that Fan Zhendong brings into action in the open play. FRANZISKA now is actually getting the better of him. Backhand to backhand, putting it into Fan Zhendong's middle. He's got to take this, must-win game. Nice change of pace from Fan.
7-4.
Raw power from Zhendong there. So low, the head so still, core so engaged, coils it back, revs over it with the flick. And the balance is crucial in table tennis. Posture on each ball has to be right. Can't be too upright. You lose consistency and control. You have to have a low trajectory over the net at this level to stop your opponent from being able to counter with ease. There's just so many mechanics that goes into it. Encouraging signs here for FRANZISKA. Bettering the world champion in the loop-to-loop rally. Rossi there, looking a lot more at home in the Infinity Arena. FRANZISKA always plays like he has an opportunity to raise the roof. Looks like he can stand the heat of Fan Zhendong's kitchen, and that right there was as hot as an oven. Bakes his backhand, and 2 away here from sending this to at least a game 4. Nice one off the bounce from Fan Zhendong. Beads of sweat dripping off his hair here. Ooh, flat hits it back.
6-10.
Compensates for a bit of a risky shot, and has 4 game points here, Patrick FRANZISKA. Will the ghost of Ma Long begin to haunt Fan Zhendong, as well as the other members of the Chinese graveyard here at the Saudi Smash.
Game.
Patrick Franziska has got a game back. And will the demons begin to creep in for Fan Zhendong? Or can he hit the nail on the head in the fourth game? We're going to have a minute interval here, a coaching break. This one is just a little bit more interesting now. The world number 16, Patrick Franziska, with a pretty convincing response here.
Hast du den Vorsprung, jetzt hast du den Rückhand, okay, das kannst du gegen ihn spielen. Musst du gucken, dass er dich jetzt öfters dann auch direkt bleibt.
Jetzt gar nicht lang spielen.
Umpire calls time. Fan Zhendong is first back to the table. Franziska follows suit. In only 2 of their 7 meetings
Time. Game. Patrick.
has there been a straight game win. Last 2 times they played was 3-1. 2 times before that 3-0. So Franziska hasn't beaten Fan Zhendong in the last 4 meetings. Beat Fan Zhendong at the Australian Open, where he also nearly beat Xu Xin, another Chinese player that he also has beaten. Franziska, he's the only guy to have beaten Ma Long, Xu Xin and Fan Zhendong. And no one is going to be able to remove that record from him, because Xu Xin obviously now is retired. So that's a bit of bragging rights there for the German.
1-all.
Missed long reverse pendulum serve. Fan Zhendong here, 1-all. Countering magnificently with his forehand, Franziska. Came over the table, brilliantly fun, but just couldn't get back to a good enough spot to get Franziska's back. Great anticipation. Flicks with his backhand from the forehand. The way he got across so quickly there, Franziska. Now then, more eyes tuning in, we imagine, as the question mark increases in size. Brilliant stuff there. There were times where I felt like Franziska might have won that rally, but what the Chinese are very good at is putting questions to bed with clear answers, clear statements, and Fan Zhendong looking to make one here. 2 points in a row, and now 2 serves to come for the world number 2. Denies the hat-trick, Franziska. Stunning.
5-3.
Really well played. Beaten a top 10 player before on 14 occasions, the German. You mentioned highest he's ever been is just outside number 11. But on his day,
6-3.
a tough task for anyone to get through. I mean, even at the last smash in Singapore against Marlon, what was he, 2-1, 5-1 down? And he came back to win in 5. Never count him out, Franziska. You can hear a few members of the Chinese coaching team up in the stands getting involved now. ZHENDONG is 2 behind. And with the edge receive, we'll have to settle for that at best. If he wins this one, otherwise Franziska's nearly there. Tries to play his Chiquita with side spin to arc it inside the table. Used the spin really nicely there, ZHENDONG, with his touch
7-5.
to tempt Franziska into that ball. You can hear a pin drop between points here in the Infinity Arena. Fighting with his life here, living and breathing every moment.
8-5.
3 ahead and 3 away, Patrick Franziska. Oh, you cannot believe it, ZHENDONG was 2-0 up here.
5-9.
He won the first 2 games 11-4 each. What a turnaround for the German. Four game points to Patrick Franziska to send this to a 1-set shootout. Put it in perspective with what we've seen here in the desert. This could be the straw on the camel's back. Not yet, though.
10-7.
Three remaining. Would he call the timeout if Fan won this point? Rips up the back of it there. Two game points remaining. ZHENDONG serving for survival. What a receive that was. Straight past ZHENDONG. The popcorn shot doing the damage here. And Franziska has won 2 games in a row. God almighty, can you imagine if he won this match, the world number 16? ZHENDONG will be playing for China in Paris. Will he continue to play here at the Saudi Smash though? Stay tuned to find out. We are delighted to tell you that we have another Grand Smash confirmed. We'll be heading to Beijing, China from September the 26th through to the 6th of October. The Shougang Park will be the battleground of the world's very best. Our 3rd ever confirmed location for the Grand Smash.
9.
No doubt these two will be there, but in what kind of spirits? FRANZISKA could be a party crasher here. Look at the difference in terms of deciding game record. He's better than Fan ZHENDONG. Two games all. Fan ZHENDONG to begin.
One love.
First point on the board for Fan ZHENDONG. There's a stir in the Infinity Arena. Fan ZHENDONG hadn't dropped a game before this match. You've just got to treat it as easy as it is to say from up here in the commentary booth as just another game. As soon as you begin to think about anything else, you're probably going to lose. He who dares will win. He who is most focused will probably win here. FRANZISKA catches the back edge.
1-2.
In fact, the tape and the edge, double happiness for the German. Can he level? He can. His forehand cross table has been immense. Fan tries to get him down the line to really open up the table and get FRANZISKA back, but again can't land it because of the ferocity of FRANZISKA's forehand. 3 points in a row here, and Fan ZHENDONG, it looks like, will call the timeout.
Tie. Out.
Chance hast, kannst du an die Rückhand Bananen rangehen, alles draufspielen.
Just quickly head over to table 2. Jonathan Groth of Denmark is through to the quarterfinals here. He has just defeated Hiroto Shinazuka. What a story for the Great Dane. He drops to his knees. Don't forget, he beat the Dark Knight Ling Daiyuan in the last round. Redemption for him. He leaves another player in the doghouse.
Die.
And another European here in Patrick FRANZISKA. Pull off another miracle. Now, we saw that in the deciding game, FRANZISKA was better than Fan ZHENDONG. Interestingly, in the best of 5, Fan ZHENDONG's worst game is in the 5th. FRANZISKA's 5th game is his best game. He's missed his serve, Fan ZHENDONG. Unbelievable here, straight out of the timeout. That wouldn't have been in the Wang Hao plan.
4-2.
Feeling off the forehand. Fan ZHENDONG takes full use of it. Makes use of the fortune. Yep. Tried the tomahawk chop block. FRANZISKA couldn't keep it low or back spinny enough. Requesting a change of balls here. This is a huge point. Oh, he's caught another edge, but this time the side. Fan ZHENDONG must feel cursed. With 2 edges and a missed serve, and a couple of well-intended points from FRANZISKA, and he's ahead here at the change of ends. He is ahead against Fan ZHENDONG here at the Saudi Smash. It's getting flashbacks to the star contender Ljubljana, which was the last event that Fan Zhendong won. And against Calderano, he was in a similar kind of a position. Will he pull through this one? Even more important that he does. He's levelled up. Just floats the serve through there, Fan Zhendong. Doesn't put any backspin on it. And that philosophy of giving your opponent absolutely nothing to work with or against can be smart in certain moments. Serves back with the German. One fast serve and Fan Zhendong here with 3 points in a row. FRANZISKA's time for a timeout.
Time. Out.
Who knows what is in store here in this men's singles round of 16 match. We'll have another coaching intermission. Both timeouts have now been used. It will be down after this, just to the players.
Verdammt, aber weiß ich jetzt nicht, wenn er diesen Zeitaufschlag macht, weil er nimmt den jetzt einfach schon. Weil sonst zieht oder einfach ablegen oder sowas, weil ich glaube, es ist nicht so einfach auf den Aufschlag eine Banane zu spielen, weil der kommt relativ flach, dieser Ball. Ja, weil auf den, der springt hoch, da kannst du drauf gehen. Aber wenn er den hat, der ist relativ schnell drin. Keine Ahnung, ob es ein Halbfleisch da wirklich mal ablegst und dann, auch wenn er halblang ist, sondern mal anfangen und dann kannst du auf diesen Ball drauf gehen. Ja. Also ich glaube, der ist nicht so einfach mit einer richtig aggressiven Banane zu spielen, oder? Du spielst den raus Richtung Spannung auf. Ja. Hammer.
好吧，如果反手防了一会儿，正好没问题，很好，现在正好这块儿可以体现出来了。啊，坚定啊，坚定啊！
Well. It's come down to a single game. Possibly a last stand here for FRANZISKA. He will not be playing for Germany in the singles at the Olympics. Fan Zhendong will be for China. The implications, consequences this could have either way are monumental.
6-all.
There are only two other Chinese players in the men's draw, Wang Chuqin and Lin Shidong. It would be more than a slap on the wrist here for Fan Zhendong if FRANZISKA knocks him out. He goes ahead by a single point, a slender point here, FRANZISKA on the receive. Fan Zhendong must win this point.
Left.
The soft guide flick of FRANZISKA, followed by the bellowing backhand. He's opened his account in this match, but can he cash in to the quarterfinals? Can he beat Fan Zhendong for a second time? He's got the serves, 2 ahead, 3 away from doing it. Great flick from Fan Zhendong here.
Excellent.
Right past FRANZISKA, like a flash of light. Hello. 8-7 in game 5 here. What a fight from Fan Zhendong. The push was what got FRANZISKA a little bit flustered there. Ruffled his feathers, Fan Zhendong. And that time beats FRANZISKA on the backhand-to-backhand rally. Nothing to separate these two, games-wise or points-wise. across the body. Races in for the backhand block. Fan Zhendong out-muscles Patrick Franziska. 9-8 in the fifth. Seatbelt shot from Patrick. But Fan Zhendong was all over him like a rash. Oh, higher toss. Backspin to the forehand. Fantastic serve from Zhendong. And it just dies off the rubber of Franziska to give Fan Zhendong 2 game and 2 match points. Can he finish it off here? No, he can't. As clutch as can be from Franziska. I thought that was it. I thought that Fan Zhendong had him dead and buried. How has he returned it? With that amount of quality. 1 match point remaining for Fan Zhendong. Unbelievable from Franziska. From mid-distance, manufacturing a Rolls-Royce backhand. Absolutely no suspension for him here. And he's got Fan Zhendong on his knees proposing, hoping that he'll be able to pull through this situation. Juice here in game 5. Let cord might just show how much tension there is in the Infinity Arena here. What a receive from Franziska! He sets up a match point, the German here. 3 points in a row, Rod Jogmoskov. He's just trying to keep his own cool here. And he's got the serve as well. It's a let cord. And it's a good job that it was, because Fan Zhendong did not expect it. Can it be an awesome foursome for Patrick Franziska? Can he finish Fan off? Yes, he has! It is unbelievable here! Are we witnessing history? Is the Great Wall of Chinese table tennis gonna come crumbling down? Fan Zhendong follows in the footsteps of Ma Long, who Franziska beat as well at the last smash. Can you believe it here? He was 2-0 down. Fan Zhendong was all over him. It is an unimaginable hat-trick of games there for the world number 16. And there is no Chinese players remaining here at the bottom half of this draw. We will see a non-Chinese finalist here at the Saudi Smash. Oh my God. Fan Zhendong is in serious bother now. It is down to China's youngest two here, Lin Shidong and Wang Chuqin.